Hello, hello, Swifty sis. Welcome back to Taylor Swift Tuesday. We're going to be learning how to play the Alchemy exactly how Taylor plays it. Honestly, who are we to fight the Alchemy? So I'm going to share with you how to play the Alchemy, exactly how it sounds on the album, but also where to capo up if you want to do the Eras Tour version. Before we jump in, if you would like to have access to my full playthrough as well as this TTPD era themed guide, complete with the chord charts, strumming patterns, and the lyrics, you can sign up to my Patreon, Fearless Fam, and become a cruel strummer, and you'll have access to every single TS lesson that I put out with the printable lessons and the full playthroughs. Also, if you'd like to help me decide what TS lessons to teach next, I do a poll every single month on Fearless Fam, and you can just join at the free tier and you can choose from the options that I provide and help me decide what to teach next. I figured today we would use the Ebony J180 just because it's giving TTPD vibes. Taylor actually owns the Gibson equivalent of this guitar, so if you would like to check this one out, I will link it down below. Starting off with chords, we have just 4 easy shapes, our typical TS chords, and we're gonna start off with a G sus4 to an A minor 7, to an F over C, and we have a C major. And I am making my C major without the second finger on the 2nd fret 4th string because I think it sounds better and it sounds more in line of what Taylor's doing. So what I'm doing here is just removing my 2nd finger. I think she actually uses maybe her 2nd finger to mute this 4th string, which is what we're gonna do. I just lay this finger, this 3rd finger, right over that 4th string, and I really love how it sounds compared to, and you can really hear it if you listen to her live performance of it. So use either shape that you prefer, but this is the one that I'm gonna be doing. For strumming, we have 2 different patterns that we're going to do. The first one takes place during the verses and the bridge, and it's down, down, up, down, up for each chord. Our second pattern takes place during the choruses, and it's down, down, up, down, 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 up. This one might be a little bit trickier to get down, especially with singing, because it's just kind of like a different pattern. So just take it slow, down, down, up, down, 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 up. It's always kind of like awkward sometimes doing like down strums that just randomly go up and then like up, down. So the best thing to do is just isolated exercises, meaning no chords, just muted strums. It really, really helps you lock in. So just But if you need to start a little bit simpler, like single down strums, do that. That first strumming pattern is really not gonna work for the chorus because it's gonna be like, so when I touch down, call the amateur. It already like is like really off rhythm, so that's why we want. So when I touch down, call the amateurs and cut them from the team. It's all about trying to capture that rhythm, and something that Taylor does is she's always changing up her strumming patterns throughout her performance because it adds so much dynamic. So that is what I saw her doing in the live version where she mashed up the Alchemy with, what was that song? It's from Red. Treacherous. She mashed it up with Treacherous, and I thought it was such a cool, unexpected mashup. Our first progression takes place during the first verse, and it's actually a 3-part progression. It's kind of long. The second verse is completely different, so this is like its own thing, and it's a longer verse too. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with a G sus4 to an A minor 7, and then 2 measures of F over C. And you're gonna play that part of the progression twice before moving on to another line of G sus4 to A minor 7. We have 1 measure of F over C, and then we're gonna go to C. And then our final part of this progression is 2 measures of G sus4 to F over C, back to G sus4. This happens once in a few lives. Now, if you want to play it in the same key as that mashup with Treacherous, you want to place the capo on the 3rd fret. It sounds so pretty. This happens once in a few lifetimes. These chemicals hit me like a wire. So just wanted to point that out as an option. I think the version with the capo on the 3rd fret is super gorgeous, and it's also maybe easier to sing for a lot of people because her vocal range is insane. She can go super duper low, and it's like my voice is like bottoming out at that point. I'm like, whine is so hard to sing. What? Whine. It's like really, really low. So if you want to, bump it up, you can even go as far up the fretboard as you need to. But I think both versions are absolutely stunning, but I am going to do the rest of the tutorial sans capo. Our 2nd progression takes place during the choruses, and it starts off with a C major to F over C, A minor 7, back to F over C. And then during the Eras tour, she plays a little interlude, and that progression is very similar to the chorus progression with just a little minor difference. We're going to start with C to G sus4, then A minor 7, ending on F over C. So when I touch down, call the amateurs and cut them from the team. Ditch the clowns, get the crown, baby, I'm the one to be. 'Cause the sign on your heart said it's still reserved for me. Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy? Our 3rd progression takes place during the 2nd verse, and this verse is a lot shorter than the 1st. It does have some similar progressions, but we'll go ahead and start off with the 1st line of chords, which is G sus4 to A minor 7 to F over C to C major. And then our last line of chords is 2 measures of F over C, 2 measures of G sus4. Child's play back in school is forgiven under my rule. I haven't come around so long, coming back to where I belong. So when I touch down. Our 4th and final progression takes place during the bridge and starts off on G sus4 to A minor 7 to C major and ends on G sus4. That is how to play the Alchemy exactly like Taylor. If you would like to have access to my full playthrough so you can practice along with me, as well as my TTPD era themed guide, complete with the chord charts, the strumming patterns, and the lyrics, you can access all of that in Fearless Fam in the Cruel Strummer tier, so feel free to check that out. You can also help vote for future lessons. So just throwing that out there, but I will catch you in the next TS Tuesday.